MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics, and specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
To the inside goes Logan Clapman is going to touch in. Pit press. Saved it. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying, there's contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night here with Blazing Pedals. We've got the K&N series here at Kansas tonight. I'm your host, Chris, and joining with me tonight is Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing fabulous, Chris. Happy Sunday night, man.
Yeah, right around the corner, we've got some Thanksgiving, so really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one, and can't wait to get this one started.
Definitely. I know I missed the last couple of weeks there due to a back injury, but hey, I'm happy to be back up here in the booth with you watching the Blazing Pedals Foul Zone K&N series. Tonight, Kansas, under the lights, brother.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, Rick. I can't wait. So, looks like I've got a little sound issue. We're going to take care of that real quick here. We'll be right back. Back to 7 minutes, 30 seconds more, and then we start qualifying. We'll get these guys rolling, and I cannot wait for that to happen. We'll be right back around the corner.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop. If you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag, hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, SimSpeedShop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
There ain't nothing you can do.
All right, we are back and we're getting ready to go. Figure we'd get the point situation determined here. Rick, it's starting to close up in the top 4, and man, Kyle Gilbert, with his efforts the last couple of weeks, has launched himself into first place. Mark Arthur right behind him, 26 behind.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know like I missed a couple of weeks, but boy, Kyle Gilbert, like you said, first, Mark Arthur second, we got Travis Brown in third, Tyler Garvey in fourth, Blake Decker rounding out that top 5, Chris. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes on tonight. Looking down through, a lot of those guys are here tonight, so they're just on to the chase. We only have a few weeks really left here if you really look at it and think. Looks like next week we're going to be at Martinsville. We got Indianapolis, we got Auto Club, we got Las Vegas, and then it's to be determined after that. So, there's only a few weeks really left for these guys, and it goes by quick, as you know.
Yeah, and they're going by faster and faster every week, it seems like. And we got about 3 minutes here to go. And I actually did not see the race, Andrew. I have heard Logano winning the championship. And yeah, that's big news, man. That's really big news. So NASCAR starting to really wrap it up here. And man, it's been a great summer. Great summer racing, and we got another one here tonight at Kansas.
That's kind of the cool thing, Chris. I mean, now that NASCAR's all wrapped up, what do race fans do? And let me tell you, I'm very happy to be on the iRacing service. I'm even happier to be here with the Blazing Pedals, with iRacing, with MaxSpeedTV doing this thing. Our racing season just keeps going and going and going, and that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And going is this practice, actually, as we have 22 cars out on track right now, getting ready to start this one up. Man, it's look, I know I get excited. My hands are my palms are sweaty already. We haven't even taken the green flag yet, Rick.
No, and I mean, I've been watching a lot of guys out here on this track tonight, Chris. I mean, quickly go through the weather right now. It's 78 degrees, partly cloudy. The track's sitting at 79. We're under the lights here, so it's going to stay cool. It might even get a little cooler as things go on. We got a really light wind out of the north, 2 miles per hour. These guys are just flying around this track right now. As I'm looking at the statistics, it looks like Mark Arthur has the lead in practice with a really quick lap of 29.747, followed by Dalton in that number 88 machine with a 29.873. And it looks like we only got about a minute and almost a half left of practice here, so
yeah,
it's going to get interesting.
It's getting close to the end for sure, and you're right, there's some pretty close times up there. But having a fast time when you're all alone on track is way different than when you have cars all around you. And what I've been seeing so far in part of this practice is the cars are not ashamed of going 3 wide through parts of this. Now, this is a wide track on the straightaways. The corners do close up a little bit. So 3 wide really probably not an option. Somebody's going to have to back out. So patience is going to be key here tonight in Kansas, or else you may be causing one of those dreaded caution flags. But well, that'll be determined as the race goes on. We've got some cars trying to finish up practice with about a minute to go, coming out on track still.
What's really strange, Chris, is, we're at a cookie cutter track, what everybody in NASCAR, the fans started calling them. It's 1.5 miles, but the banking is kind of weird. So there's obviously 4 turns. In the turns, it goes from 17 degrees to 20 degrees. In the front stretch, it starts at 9, ends at 11. That back stretch just sits at 5. So these cars really get bumped around. In real life, this track is very, very bumpy. And so that's going to come into effect tonight too. Like you said, single car racing, on a pack, things are definitely going to be different once that green flag comes.
Yeah, and we are getting ready. We've got it out in chat. It's race day, and you're right. Ready to rock and roll. These K&N cars around Kansas. Oh man, it's going to be good. 17 seconds left of practice, and it's ticking down. Looks like Mark Arthur may have left him out there. Looks like we have a few service members out there in the race tonight. We're going to mention them again. Mark Arthur has an M after his name. That means he's a Marine. Kyle Gilbert with an A. That means he's in the Army. And Travis McChesney, an M. He's a Marine. And that's it. That is the end of practice. We're getting ready to start qualifying. We're going to go live here in just a few moments. And it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on track first. It looks like it's going to be Travis McChesney. And we're going to watch him, man. This is going to be good stuff, Rick.
It definitely is, Chris. And the paint jobs on these cars are just fabulous. I just refreshed Trading Paints again just to make sure everything's pulling up. I know these guys put a lot of time and effort into their paints and getting them out there. So, you know, as I'm looking at this number 85, if he's getting up to speed, it looks beautiful out there under the lights tonight.
Yeah, they sure do, man. And it's cool to have these paints out there, and it's cool that people go out and spend a little time, pick one that really meets their needs. And we're going to see what Travis is able to do on this first lap, as this one is live going into 1 and 2 in that 85 machine. Travis should be the first one to post time here. A 30.156 is the mark everybody's trying to meet. Brandon Dennis in the 95 beats that one, 30.076. So far, nobody's touching that 30.076. Brandon Dennis in the 95 had a whale of a lap there.
And it looks like Travis, actually Bryce Lewis in that 97 just took over that pole spot from Travis with a 29.910, Chris. They're getting faster as they go around for that second lap.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be hard to keep up now. These cars are flying around this track on board the 16 car as he finishes up. Zach Hillman in the 03 currently scored in 8th position. Hillman comes across the start finish line. He's in 9th right now. We're getting ready to go on board the Brian McRae machine. First lap puts him 13th. Brian McRae into 1 and 2, looking to come out very close to the wall in that back stretch. That's where the momentum is. That's where the speed is here. And McRae crosses the start finish line.
Whoa.
Up to 3rd. What a jump.
That was a really good lap, Chris. Now, what I like to see these guys do is when they're coming into the front stretch, once you get close to the start finish line, they will move down below the apron, and that's where you gain a lot of speed on this track.
Yeah, on board the 68, Ashton Schleiss. It looks like he's already completed. He is being scored in 6th right now. The 88 machine, Dalton Kilrow. Looks like he's also completed. Being scored in 7th. You hear him upshift, so he's just getting a little extra time out there. Noah Van Hoot scored in 10th position. Just kind of wandering around the track, checking it out. On board now the 78 machine, Michael Cosley Jr. So he gets ready to start his first qualifying lap.
That's kind of a really nice old school paint job, Chris. Just a black, but the logos and everything look great on there. And there's something that kind of means something to you and me there. I'm not exactly sure, but Vermont 88 is on the side of that, so that's pretty cool to see.
Cozy right now in 15th position, trying to better himself. That car is moving down the backstretch. So right now what I'm seeing, very close times out there, Rick. We've got mostly lower 30s. Looks like the leader top 3 are 29.9s.
Which Michael Cosley Jr. just did a really good lap there, Chris. He just took over the pole.
Yeah, he did. The 29.8. It's like they're trying to prove me wrong, you know? On board the 92 machine, Blake Decker. See what kind of speed he hits here. Across the start finish line, 193 miles an hour does Decker, moves him up to second place. So the track tonight, she is fast. Kansas Speedway ready to really host this one. And I think, you know, I think we are too.
Oh, definitely. I love these kind of tracks. I know a lot of people don't like them, but for me personally, these are my favorite ones to race on.
Got 5 cars so far who've not taken a qualifying lap. Looking to see if they come out. Make that 4. As Ty Morosco in the 1 car has come around, has completed some laps, and qualified right now at 16th position.
I have to say that number 1 car is one of my favorite, Chris. Got a bunch of grass on the side with a blue sky. Right now we're all white up here in Vermont, so I'm happy to see that green grass again. Looks like Travis Brown, the old one, just sitting there on pit road. Not sure if he's going to be making a time. Noah Van Hoot still out there in that number 4 machine, just lapping, just doing some laps. I kind of do that every now and then too. A little extra free practice time.
That's it.
And it looks like we might have a few guys here having some connection issues. Hunter King has disconnected, but he has reconnected. Ty is coming back in right now.
Hunter King on track. Why, yes, he is. The 31 out on track, trying to set up a qualifying run. Hunter King lays down a 33.29. Good enough for 18th position as he scrubs the wall, and that'll be it for him. And Travis Brown still sitting out on pit road. Just letting it idle. It happens.
Well, that could be one of those strategy things, Chris. Don't take a time, start out in the back, and, you know, if there's any cautions, early race cautions, you know, he might be in a safe space, be able to get through there and not worry about things. Be something to watch for sure.
All right, that is the end of qualifying, guys. We're going to get ready to go live racing here tonight in Kansas. Man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I can't wait for that green flag to drop, Chris. Just looking at race control, it looks like a few drivers have been given an EOL. That would be Ian, Kyle, Zach, Corey, and oh, Zach, Corey, okay. Black flagged.
Well, while we wait for him to get going, we might as well take a look at the grid after qualifying.
All right, well, we get, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
really,
I'm not gonna. All
right.
right, go ahead, you do that. Michael Cause Jr. with a 29.877 in the 78 car is your pole winner tonight. Blake Decker in the 92 on the outside pole. Bryce Lewis coming home third after qualifying. Travis McChesney in fourth. Brian McRae, fifth position. Brandon Dennis, sixth. Ryan Wachaleski, 19th. Ashton Schleiss, 68 in 8th place. Dalton Kilroe in the 88, 9th. Tyler Gary in the 26 machine, starting 10th. Kyle Gilbert in the 58, starting 11th. Tyler Fry in the 91, 12th. Noah Van Hoot, 13th. Zach Hillman in the 03, starting in 14th. Aaron Bockover, starting 15th. Ty Morosco starting in 16th in that number 1 car. Kyvan Foster starting 17th. Hunter King going to be starting in 18th. We got Ian Hyabuck in the 16 car starting in 19th. Terry Foster starting 20th. Mark Arthur starting 21st. Travis Brown starting 22nd. And Corey Sherman rounds out the field starting 23rd. That's what we have for you here tonight.
"23 cars taking the track. The pace car just goes down. We're getting ready to go green there, bud. And there we are.
Green flag is out. And Michael Akazi Jr. is out front.
These cars are really starting to spread out, Chris. They're finding nose to tail. There's a couple further back here that I'm watching. Number 88 of Dalton. He's getting a little pressure from the 91 there on the outside. We'll see what happens here, but right now pretty much everyone's just trying to get nose to tail, trying to find out where they want to be.
Yeah, Michael Causey, he's followed by Blake Decker, the 92. These cars finished the first lap, and they're up to speed now. And it's just like I was talking about, you know, there's definitely enough room to go 3 wide. We're going to see if they do, as we are 3 wide back in the pack. And it looks like the 26 car said, nope, not yet. And he backed that thing off. Probably a good job there by the 26. That's Tyler Gary.
Right now, it seems like the drivers really prefer that high line, Chris. It's going to be interesting to see as that changes as the race goes green and we get some rubber put down on the track there.
We got a battle for the lead, Rick. The 78 is in a battle with Blake Decker in the 92. The 92 has that inside line. The 78 with the outside. The 92 able to drive it in just a little bit deeper. 78 should have some momentum coming off the corner, and that momentum helped him to lead that lap in the 78 machine. Good battle up front.
I saw a slow car there towards the back on the track. Zach Hillman and that 03 machine, Chris. Oh, we're under caution.
Under caution, looking for it. Not sure what caused it, Rick. If you could take a peek, maybe.
I'm not seeing anybody off the track here.
Well, we'll take a look at Zach Hillman's and see if we can't figure it out here.
I think what happened to him, Chris, is that he actually had a black flag for 30 seconds, so he had a penalty that he had to serve, along with Corey Sherman in that 66 machine.
Yeah, whatever it was happening in front of him. Check in with Mark Arthur here.
Looks like somebody got in the wall there. I saw a little bit of smoke.
Looks like it was the one car.
I'm down here on pit road, Chris, just checking it out. I do see the one car in the 44 still in pits.
Yeah, the one car got in the wall and actually climbed it. The 44 was pointing the wrong direction, but he was able to climb out of it and save it. Good save there. Ty Morosco hit the wall hard, and the right side of that thing jumped up on the wall, so he's probably got some damage there on that one machine. I knew I'd find it. Had to. Wanted to. All right, so under caution, Mike Cosley, sorry, Mike Cosley is still your race leader. He's led every lap so far, Rick.
That he has, Chris. He hasn't had much competition up there either. I know he had a little bit of pressure there for a few minutes, but he was doing good. But I was just about to say, I just want to give a quick shout out to the 20 people that are out there in Chatland. 21 now, keeps climbing. Skittles, Tim, Arfke, thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
This just in from our affiliates at ESPN. The Bears are leading 0-3. I think they're playing themselves though.
Wow. Oh. I want to give a shout out to Foul Zone Towing. Foul Zone is the sponsor of the series. Along with many others, and we'll start that scroll on the bottom. I want to thank them for making this all possible. Base car lights are off, Rick. We're going to go back to green flag racing here very shortly. 4 more corners and we're on it. Roger Muth joining us in chat. Michael Kazi Jr. up front. He has led all 7 so far. Gonna be 8 when they go across the start finish line. We're gonna go green flag racing once again. Blake Decker in the 92 had a pretty good challenge earlier, Rick, but stuck on the inside. Didn't have the momentum to get past Kazi.
Well, again, that's one thing that we got to really look forward to, Chris, is just to see how this track is going to change. When I was watching, most of the guys want to stay up on the high lane. Some guys are starting to move down into the middle of the track and into the inside lane, and they're really starting to gain momentum. Obviously, the draft comes into play here, so if you do have help and you're up, if you're by yourself up top and you get a couple cars, 2-3 cars pushing somebody on the bottom, they're going to make a run.
Look for that pace car. He takes a hard left-hand turn. The 78 in control of the field. Michael Causey Jr. getting ready to go, and he hits that loud button. They're off and racing again. The 92 didn't have a shot on the outside. The 97, Bryce Lewis on the inside, trying to work his way up to third. Bryce Lewis in the 97 trying to make a pass on Ashton Schleiss on the outside. Schleiss with a slight advantage in the 68 machine as they head into the corner. The 97 drives in deep and goes down low. He has the advantage right now. The 97 trying to make hay early in this one. Bryce Lewis loses some momentum on that bottom. And you see he's falling back now. The 68, Ashton Schleiss on the upside, has the momentum. The 97 works his way up. The 95 gets to the back bumper. Brandon Dennis knocking on Lewis's back door.
Dennis really had to check up there, Chris, just not to get in the back of the 97. Did a fabulous job there, but that's what needs to happen. These guys need to run in the draft just a little bit.
Caution.
And the caution's out. Ooh, big one in the back.
Ooh, I think I see Kyle Gilbert was affected by that one. Oh, yeah. We got a car upside down. All right, let's go take a peek and see what happened there. Points leader looks like he was affected by this one. Oh, it's all bad. It's all bad. Cars flipping, spinning. The 7 car went for a heck of a ride. It's Brian McRae. We've got engine smoking. I believe that's Noah Van Hoot. Yeah. Boy, what, Rick?
The big one came early here tonight in Kansas.
It sure did. Because we've had 2 cautions now for 5 laps. Michael Causey Jr. up front in the 78. And he is... Oh, fake out. The top 5 decide they're going to stay out. Travis Brown was going to come down. Decided, nope, I'll stay out for track position. He's now up to 6th place. So a lot of cars were affected by that last accident, not the least of which was your points leader, Kyle Gilbert. So we got a bunch of cars getting some repair work done. The leader's trying to fake out a pit road stop. Didn't happen. Travis Brown in the 01, the last car not to have taken a pit stop yet. The driver of the 1 car right behind him, that's Ty Marsco. He has had 2 pit stops already. Last one was 6 laps ago. The 88 of Dalton Kilroe, he's running in 8th. Ryan Wachaleski in the 19 running in 9. And Terry Foster in the 86 rounds out the top 10.
Just taking a cruise down pit road, Chris, right now. Tyler Gary in that 26 machine is smoking like something fierce. I don't know what he's doing to hopefully maybe get that motor back. We know that takes at least... about 25 to 30 minutes to do. The 7 car is still here. I know that he got towed in. The 44 has come back in after leaving pit road just to get some more damage repaired.
Yeah, a lot of cars heavily damaged on that one. Again,
both reason. Yeah, it's...
You saw the 7 car flipping on his lid a few times there, ending up the wrong way on the track. So a bad run there for him, looking to get some of that damage repaired, as you said, get back out on track. Zach Hillman scored in 21st, coming down pit road for service. The 26, he's got a brand new car. He's ready to go, just like that.
That's what you call a good pit crew.
Pace car lights are off. We're going to go back to green flag racing. Your race leader, Michael Cuzzy Jr., had the fastest lap in qualifying and has led every lap so far. We have had two kind of early cautions here at Kansas. Oh, we've had some movers. The 01 up 16 spots. The 86 up 10 spots. The 12 up 10 spots. So definitely have had a few movers out there so far tonight. Under the green flag, under the caution flags, however they do it, they're moving up, and that's exactly what you need to do. Track position, so important here at Kansas. And I think that's why they decided to stay out the top 5, top 6 cars.
You also got to remember, Chris, we've had 2 cautions for, what, 7-8 laps now? So these guys really only have about 6 laps on those tires of racing hard. The fuel, they're saving a little bit here under caution as that pace car takes that hard left-hand turn. We're getting ready to go green once again.
The engines rev up. The 78 takes off. The 68. Ashton Schließ on the bottom. He's trying for second. Ashton Schließ. Sorry, Ashton, I know your name now, and I said it wrong anyway. Ashton Schließ, the 68, takes over second place. So that drives Blake Decker in the 92 back to third. Bryce Lewis fourth. Brandon Dennis in the 95 fifth. A battle for sixth right now as Dalton Kilroe tries to take it over from Travis Brown. And heading into the corner, it looks like he's got a nose advantage.
Yeah, these guys back here, Chris, are really staggered out, just trying to do what they have to do to gain that position. The other one looks on the inside of the 88 machine, and to get by him right now, he's not quite clear, but he's going to be able to do it, I believe, in this turn. Possibly.
You see the 97 working backwards here.
He's not giving up quite yet, though, Chris, as he's battling on. The 01 gets down onto his bumper to try to give him a little bit of help there as they go through the front stretch.
Yeah, 2 wide on the apron. And then we go 3 wide into 1. The 01 cuts off the cat car. Got a little loose, had no place to go, had to move up. Brandon Dennis gave him enough room to get through it.
Ryan Wasilewski is there too, Chris. Whoa, the one almost got into the wall there as everyone's starting to move around him. Ryan, that number 19 machine got clear. The 88 got clear. 86 had to back off a lot. The number 1 is coming up through too. Definitely some good racing back here.
On board right now, the 1 car, Ty Morosco, and he is surrounded. Got Terry Foster in the 86 behind him, Dalton Kilroe in the 88 just in front of him. And there's some definite different lines going on here as the 1 seems to be coming down in the middle of the track, moves up towards the wall in the corners, maybe a little bit tight.
Hunter King, that 31 machine, Chris, he got too close to that wall. He lost a couple of spots there as he's sitting back there in 13th place right now, but he's working on getting his speed back and taking on the 91.
'91, Tyler Fry on. Currently scored 14th. Hunter King 15th. So 15th of Hunter King, looking to move forward again after slight contact with the wall.
Ooh, 88 into the wall, Chris. Oh, and I believe that was Mark Arthur who just went around in the 12 machine.
Oh, we got another big one. .44 weaves his way through. All right, we'll take a look at the replay through the eyes of Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur in the number 12 foul zone. The 88 at the wall. Mark had no place to go. Spun, and it caused a horrendous... Another car upside down. The 66 here tonight. Yeah, Mark Arthur was in the middle of it, but not really of his doing here tonight. He had no place to go as the 88 got slowed up in front of him, Dalton Kilrow. And Dalton was able to come away from that relatively unscathed, although you see a little bit of damage on that back bumper.
It's unfortunate, Chris. There's a lot of cars that are banged up right now, but that was just some good hard racing there. You know, when somebody gets into the wall, not much you can do when you got a bunch of other cars around you.
That's it. I mean, you can only slow up so much. If the guy in front of you slows up more than you do, you're going to hit him. It's just how it works. And unfortunately, a lot of the cars behind them were trying to collect it, and they just couldn't do it.
Well, right now, the leaders are coming down pit road, Chris. Michael Kazi Jr., a bunch of pretty much everybody that was in the front row right now. Ryan Wasilewski. We're getting it. He has the number 1 spot right now in the number 19 machine.
Now we're looking at the exit of pit road. A lot of cars coming off right now. And yeah, new leader, Ryan Wasilewski, Kevin Foster right behind him, Blake Decker. Their top 3 has changed. And it looks like Michael Kazi Jr. able to come out of pit road in 4th place. Still have some guys coming down pit road for service. So under caution here again at Kansas. This is the 3rd caution flag so far of this race. 10 caution laps. We've got 76 laps to go. We've had 1 lead change. It's happened under caution. Ryan Wasilewski able to stay out. Michael Kazi Jr. had to give it up, come down pit road for service.
And only lost 2 positions, Chris. Right now he's being scored in 3rd. Blake Decker took over the number 2 spot. Those guys have been racing really hard at the beginning of each restart and at the beginning of the race too. So it's going to get kind of interesting to see what can happen. Now, we've been watching the 78 do these restarts. He usually gets a pretty good jump, but he's going to have a car in front of him this time. So it's going to get kind of cool to see what happens with all this.
The 78 machine looking to try and get back up front. He has led 22 of the laps that we have completed here at Kansas. And this should be lights out on the pace car, as it is.
Well, Skittles, right now we've had 3 cautions so far for 12 laps as of right now. So they had some good green flag stints going through. It's just good hard racing and folks not having any place to go. Right now, it looks like we have 18 cars on the lead lap, Chris.
Yeah, 18 is the magic number. We are focused in on the top 8 cars right now. As the pace car is about to go down pit road, we're going to fire these things up again. Ryan Wachaleski in the 19 is your race leader. He did pick the outside road to start. And the 19 able to start this one good as he takes off. The 92, Blake Decker, behind him. Does take them a little bit of time to get back up to speed. Mike Causey Jr. in the 78 in third place, trying to defend against Ashton Schleiss. Ashton on the 68. He's been on the outside before, able to defend that position pretty well on the outside. Don't know if he's going to have it. No, he does not. Michael Causey Jr. up to third. Kyle Gilbert in the 58 machine, involved in an earlier accident. Coming out of nowhere, running 5th place right now, and he's on the outside. He's tearing it up. Kyle Gilbert up to 4th place, right behind Michael Causey Jr. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, bumper to bumper as they go down the front stretch. The 97, yeah, he's working it, man.
He just came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa, there he goes.
Bryce Lewis on a tear. Holy cow, he's fighting for 3rd. Not able to do it, though. Loses a little bit of ground to him. The 78, Mike Causey Jr. fighting hard on the outside. The 97 maybe looking to get to that outside line. Can't do it there as Kyle Gilbert's in the way. Gilbert and Lewis are having a battle.
Causey Jr. that 78 machine had a really good run there, Chris. He was looking on the inside, couldn't make it because he was being blocked. But then he made the thing. But the 58, Kyle Gilbert's really giving a lot of help to that number 92 machine.
Yeah, Kyle Gilbert, your series leader in the points, running in 4th right now. And if you don't think he wants to get ahead of the next 2 drivers, even the next 3, you're crazy. He wants to be leading this race.
What a fabulous race and move there by the 92, Blake Decker, Chris. He went on the inside, went up top. Michael Causey Jr. is like, nope, I don't think so. That was a good little battle there. The 97's trying to do the same thing there as he's trying to move up into that next spot there also.
Yeah, Bryce Lewis in the 97. It goes from 5th to 3rd. And these guys are definitely running now. Had to get a little heat in that track, that's all. Your race leader, Ryan Wachaleski, he's got a 0.2 of a second gap between him and Michael Causey, and it's closing. Causey Jr. on the attack. Behind him, Bryce Lewis down hard onto the apron, back up on track as he's looking for a way to get there. And that 97 machine seems to be rolling pretty good right now.
Dalton Kilroe back here in 10th position, making a good move around the 85 of Travis McChesney.
Got a pass for the lead, Rick. Mike Causey Jr. gets by Ryan Wachaleski in the 19. Mike Causey Jr. is your race leader on the outside, bro. Bryce Lewis in the 97 trying to take over 2nd. Can't quite do it right there as the 19 closes the door, but that 97 not happy in 3rd. Goes down low, and he is trying for position. Bryce Lewis trying to take into over 2nd spot, still can't do it. Cozy. Thank you very much. I love our chat. They always help out with pronunciations.
Yes, thank you, Goldjack.
Whatever his name is, he's out front in the 78 machine, and he has been there most of the time here tonight as he's led 24 laps. Michael Causey having a good run. He's opened up a pretty good gap back to Wasilewski in 19. Bryce Lewis has settled down a little bit, running third. Kyle Gilbert running fourth. And Rick, I can't think of a better time. Let's crank this one up. Under caution again. We saw Ryan Wasilewski just falling back, but Dalton Kilroe, I believe, was involved. We're going to go back and take a look.
Yep, the 88 is smoking pretty good, Chris.
You see the 88 battling with the one car. Oh, just net code. That was all net code right there. The 88 goes around into the wall, twice into the wall for the 88. Oh man, not the way you want to be. Oh man, that's too bad right there. Under caution again here at Kansas. Thank you, Gold Track. You know what, we're kind of partial to it too. We appreciate it.
Yes, we definitely do.
Your leaders down pit road. Got Cozy, Gilbert, and Lewis. Your top three on pit road right now.
And as you were saying, as we're in the crank it up, Chris, the number 19 machine, Ryan Wasilewski, had some issues. He got right up into that wall there, and he really lost a lot of momentum there. And he fell back right now. He's being scored in 10th place.
Well, we'll get some tires, we'll get some fuel. We're going to send them on out again. Lap 39 of 100. We had a pretty good pace of the race going right there. Oh, Gilbert gets out in front of everybody. Gilbert's going to take over the lead of this one. Very fast pit stop for Kyle Gilbert in that 58 machine. So we have a new race leader.
As of right now, Roger, we're only on number 4, so not too bad. Kansas has a lot of good racing. I mean, it's a big track. You know, it's inedible. You know, the cars are racing side by side. Nose to tail. Something's bound to give at one point. But as of right now, I feel these guys are doing a fabulous job. Kyle Gilbert, I mean, I know he qualified 11th, Chris. Now he's sitting there in that top spot. So he's definitely moved up quite a bit. We've seen him do this multiple times. And he's right where he wants to be. I'm sure he's happy right now.
Yeah, there's no spot better. Maybe the pace car. That'd be slightly better, but right now Kyle Gilbert doing everything he has to do to protect the points lead as he came in 26 points ahead of Mark Arthur tonight. Mark Arthur currently being scored in 7th position on this one, and Gilbert's trying to save fuel right now as he is clutching through the corners.
And that's something that we've seen Kyle do quite a bit, Chris. He's pretty smart with the fuel strategy. So it'll get interesting. You know, we're here to lap 40 of 100. We're almost to the halfway point. About 10 laps left to go. So you know that he's sitting there calculating quite a bit right now.
So we've had 3 race leaders so far: Cozy, Wasilewski, and now Gilbert. 66. Corey Sherman is going to go around the pace car. Now that the lights are off, he's going to rejoin the tail end of the field. Looks like Gilbert may be opting for the bottom line. Yes, he is. That puts Cozy up to the outside front row. Bryce Lewis in the 97. We've been seeing him. He's been getting very aggressive on some of those restarts, as that car seems to have some really good grip. Then you've got Ashton Schleiss, Brandon Dennis, Mark Arthur. Oh, well, missed one. That's Travis McChesney in the 85. Then it's Mark Arthur and the 12, currently running in 7th. Ty Marasco, Travis Brown, Ryan Wasilewski. That rounds out your top 10 as pace car heads into turn 3. We're getting ready to start this one up again. Netcode. So in iRacing, what they do is they have this invisible barrier around the car, and they try and I'll get right back to that. As we start this one back up again, Kyle Gilbert takes off, heads down onto the apron into turn, well, he's going to come out into turn 1. Goes out to the outside. The guy to watch right now is Bryce Lewis. Again, with a great restart in that 97 machine, makes his way up to 2nd position. That knocks Mike Causey down to 3rd. And Ashton Schleiss right there in 4th. The 95 car, Brandon Dennis, in 5th place. Up front, all alone right now, though, by 0.5 of a second, Kyle Gilbert. Back to explaining netcode. So basically, iRacing, because it's multiple people connecting to a service, they have to put in something to try and figure out when contact occurs. Sometimes it's a little finicky. So even though there was no contact on that last caution, iRacing thought there was going to be. It happened on track and it caused a yellow. That's netcode in a very simplified version. But right now, Kyle Gilbert is up front. Bryce Lewis has cut that lead back to 1.16 seconds. And Bryce Lewis doing exactly what I thought he was going to do, Rick. He is fast on the restarts.
He is definitely fast, Chris. I'm back here watching Blake Decker in the 92, battling with Brandon Dennis in the 95, Travis Brown in the 01, and the 12 with Mark Arthur. These guys are putting on one heck of a show back here, trying to gain positions.
Yeah, that 92 leading the way. Dennis right behind him. They're starting to kind of fan the field out a little bit, going a little bit nose to tail. And I think for the most part they are. The only guy that's running a different line right now is the 1 car. Ty Marasco, he loses a spot down to 11th. Make that 12th. That low line, not able to hold momentum, and he's losing position.
Back up here with the leaders, I'm watching Mr. Lewis in that number 97 machine. He is just going crazy. He's caught up to Gilbert about 0.2 of a second right now, Chris. He's got the 78 right behind him, helping him out. So we're going to be having a battle here shortly for the lead.
Yeah, the 58, the 97, the 78 going at it. Definitely have been the 3 fastest cars here tonight under race conditions.
And the 97 has caught up to the rear of the 58.
Drafting is a thing here at Kansas. It's long enough. You do get some drafting help here. Causey looks to be, yeah, he is. He's taking a separate line from the 97. The 58 goes down. That could pull a 78, but does not. 78 back up in line. Now back down just a little bit, about a half a lane. Still picking that draft from the 97 of Bryce Lewis, but Mike Causey Jr. looking to try and go around him. sure. So while this is happening, Gilbert's starting to walk away just a little bit. That gap now almost 0.3 of a second. As Lewis and Cozy are working really, really well together, but they're also racing a little bit, and that's allowing Gilbert to walk away just a little bit, like I said. Back a little further, you've got Ashton Schleiss and Travis McChesney. They're battling position for 4th. Right now, Schleiss on the inside, McChesney on the outside. It looks like that outside lane just carries momentum, Rick, and it's hard to beat momentum here at Kansas.
Yeah, it really is, Chris. I mean, these guys are single file racing, so, you know, or side by side racing, so that doesn't help. But yeah, that outside line is very, very fast tonight. Check Brandon Dennis going across Blake Decker there, makes that pass.
Dennis in the Caterpillar car, out in front of the 92 of Blake Decker. Behind them, Mark Arthur in the 12 car. Some damage to the right front and to the rear spoiler. Hunter King riding in 9th position right now. Ryan Wachaleski right behind him in 10th. As we go back up front, Kyle Gilbert doing what he does best. He's pulling away. Rick, the gap right now, 1.1.
Yeah, it is a big gap there, Chris. I was just looking at that and noticing it. 97 has fallen back a little bit. Cozy got around him in that 78 machine to reclaim 2nd. And now, Lewis is under fire by McChesney.
Yeah, McChesney has caught the bumper of the 97 machine, Bryce Lewis. And he's brought Ashton Schleiss right with him in that 68. And the battle right now for 3rd place has Bryce Lewis starting to slow down a little bit, maybe push those tires a little too hard on that restart. Schleiss to the inside of the 85 machine. The 68 trying to get around him. Ashton Schleiss with the advantage over the start-finish line. And the 85, Travis McChesney battles back on the outside. Will he have enough momentum to go? Through turns 1 and 2, they are side by side, Rick. Schleiss with a slight advantage now.
Like we've been talking, though, Travis McChesney in that 85 machine, he does get a little bit more momentum as he's sitting on that outside lane. So, but right now, Schleiss is doing a really good job of keeping even with him.
The 85 starts to pull ahead, and then Ashton Schleiss on the straightaway able to catch him back up. This is going to be great, but right now, no, wait. The 85 does hold momentum. He looks like he's going to have position this time. Ashton Schleiss, if I were him, I'd probably pull up, follow him for a couple of laps, let those tires cool down, and then go back under the attack again. And we'll check in with the leader. The gap closes now. Back to Michael Cozy, it's 0.683. Back to 2nd place. So Cozy is starting to catch Gilbert. It could be for the same reason. Gilbert was really mashing that pedal. You know he probably heated up those tires. Maybe he's just letting them cool off and he's slowing down a little bit. But he doesn't want to do it too much because if Cozy gets in line, he's going to catch that draft.
Ooh,
and we're
caution, 97.
97.
Bryce Lewis. Lots of damage on that 97 car right now.
Yeah, there is a lot of right-hand side damage. Let's go back and take a look. '97 with nobody around him heading into the corner. And just car very, very tight, gets into the wall. Oh! And when he gets in the wall, somebody gets into behind him. And we almost had another one go upside down. As Bryce Lewis, that 97 machine, desperately needing repairs now. Your leader's coming down pit road. They're even battling for position on pit road. Look at this. Cozy right on the back bumper of Gilbert, pushing him down pit road. Gilbert drops off.
I think you're just letting him know I'm there.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. Kevin Foster in the 83, your first car out on track. So we'll make this one 5 cautions for 17 laps so far. 43 laps to go right now. We've had 3 different lead changes between Kazi, Gilbert, and Wasilewski. It's been a pretty good race.
It's been a fabulous race, Chris.
Kevin Foster started 17th, currently being scored in first. Looks like he came down pit road about 19 laps ago. And everybody behind him has new tires.
Well, Gilbert was really having issues with his heated tires, Chris. He is probably happy to see this caution come out. I think everybody pretty much is. Get a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel, some Goodyear tires, get back out there and do it all over again.
Now, well, the big story is coming out of pit road. Michael Kazi Jr. able to retake first place on pit road. Kyle Gilbert allocated back to second place. Got a couple of cars ahead of them. Those are lap down cars. They're going to go around the pace car when the lights go off and rejoin the tail end of the field. So they're trying to get their laps back. And again, that'll put Michael Kazi up front. And he's been dominant when he's been up there. 29 laps led so far.
A 78 Chevy Impala SS is very good in the clean air, Chris. But right next to him, Kyle Gilbert. Both these guys can restart a race really good. So it's going to get real interesting to see once that green flag drops. Obviously, the 78 is going to have control. Is he going to wait for that green flag to drop, or is he going to get a little bit of a start? That's what we're going to be looking forward to.
Now we're going to have about 40 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line. So we'll still need to do, I believe, one more pit stop if this thing stays under green. Pace car lights are off. Take a good look at the field as they're about to start again. Just got to go down the backstretch, hit turns 3 and 4. The pace car will drop off into pit road, and then Michael Kazi is going to have control of the field, and it's going to be on him. When does he go green? It's going to decide a lot of things here, because Kyle Gilbert is no stranger to being up on that front row on restarts.
Now, one thing I noticed about Gilbert also, Chris, if you look now, he is hanging back just a little bit. That helps him see that 78 a little bit better than being right up on the side of him as he gets up on the side. But he's laying back just a little bit, especially now that the pace car is off that racing surface, Chris. And we are green.
Yep, Michael Kazi hits the go button, and he is the first one to the start-finish line. Gilbert falls in line. You see these guys ducking and diving. They've got new tires, so positions can come to them right now. The trick is to not beat up the tires too bad, or else they won't last. And look who's in third place. Travis McChesney in that 85. Blake Decker, the 92, right behind him.
And those guys are teammates. They are teammates with the We Make Runs, so interesting to see how they race each other here, but yeah. McChesney does take over third place, Chris.
Top 6 cars right now running nose to tail. We'll go back a little further, back to 19 car of Ryan Wachaleski, currently running in 7th place. Go back a little further, we're going to catch some action here. Mark Arthur trying for position. On the outside, Mark Arthur trying to go around the 16. I think he's going to make it in the 01. Travis Brown going with him. Travis Brown with a really nice run on the outside. Gets around the 16 car. Bryce Lewis in the 97 trying to take advantage of that new car. That new car that he had just laying around on pit road. That thing is moving again.
Ooh, big bump by the number 1 to the number 16 of Ian Habiuk.
Yeah, and that really hurt some momentum of that one car as Hunter King is to the outside in the 31. And right behind them, Terry Foster just hanging out in the 86, looking to try and make a pass.
Back up front, Cozy in that number 78 still has the lead, Chris. Not much of a big gap there from between him and Kyle Gilbert right now.
Yeah, 0.2 of a second back. And then another 2 seconds separates Gilbert and McChesney. Keep an eye on the 92, Blake Decker and Ashton Schleiss, as they are working together trying to catch those front 3 drivers. Mike Cozy up front, Kyle Gilbert behind. Gap now 0.166. I'm going to see if Gilbert has that thing set up for a long run here. He's actually closing gap right now on the 78 car.
He's been doing that for a few laps, Chris. As they go into the straightaways, it seems like he backs off just a little bit, but as they start to enter the corner or exit the corners, he really does just fill up that back bumper there with that number 58 machine.
Take a look back a little further. Mark Arthur, taking position away from Travis Brown. Mark Arthur up to 8th position. That car has got some damage to it.
That it does. And look who's back in the top 10, Chris. Bryce Lewis in that 97 machine. He's got some traffic behind him there as they run 3 wide. But that 97's trying to catch up to the 31 of Hunter King.
So these guys have really started stretching out the positions now. Not a lot of side-by-side going on right now. Looks like Mark Arthur was trying to get past the 85, but wasn't able to. Goes back in line. '85 car, very tight, almost touched the wall. I think that's going to allow Mark Arthur to go around him, so he probably had to roll up that 85 machine. We've got one spinning. I can't find him.
That would be the cat car.
We stay under green, and right now Mike Cozy has picked up a little bit of a gap on Kyle Gilbert, now 0.266.
Brandon Dennis on 95 had a little bit of a spin there, Chris, but he was able to collect it, stay off the racing lane. This race is just going to stay under green. He's back out on track trying to get back up to speed. But that's kind of unfortunate for Brandon Dennis on that 95 machine, as he's being scored 12th right now, 16th now.
So Dennis goes for a ride, loses some position, but still on the lead lap. And I guess at the end of the day, if you can do all that and stay on the lead lap, hey, you're doing all right.
Well, there's one person out there, Chris, who's happy that this race is staying under green, and that's Michael Cozy Jr. in that 78 machine. He's got quite the gap there from between him and Gilbert. But Gilbert, once we get into the corners, Gilbert, he's able to make up a little bit of time.
Yeah, he does. He makes up about 0.8 of a second on the corners. I'm going to keep an eye here because he's still closing. Gilbert may have just decided it's time to go.
I'm back here watching the battle for third right now, Chris. Right now, Blake Decker has it in the 92 machine, but he's got some inside, or somebody on the inside of him there. Now he's back up front, but they're just kind of trying to move around there. Ashton Schleich just trying to find out where he wants to go.
Yeah, Schleich in the 68 goes down to the inside. Blake Decker under attack by Schleich. Decker on the outside, able to carry momentum. Will it be enough to keep him ahead of Schleich? Yes, it was that time by. Blake Decker on the outside, fending off Ashton Schleich. And this time, Blake Decker has a good run out of the corner, down the backstretch. The 92 pulls away from Ashton Schleich. Ashton's going to have to gather it back up, regather his composure, and make another attempt. We check in on the 12 car. That's Mark Arthur. Mark has worked his way back up to 6th position now. Arthur has the 01, Travis Brown right behind him. They're going underneath the 19. Ryan Wachaleski under attack by Mark Arthur. Arthur has the advantage by a nose. These guys are leaning on each other, Rick.
They are, Chris. I'm watching. It looked like the 01 there of Travis Brown just kind of held back a little bit there. But that also allowed Travis McChesney in the 85 to catch up to this little group here.
The 01 probably made the best move of the race by not getting over aggressive right there. Mark Arthur and the 19 of Ryan Wachaleski are absolutely pounding on each other for position. That could have gone really bad. Travis Brown held it back. Oh, the 19 around. Wachaleski goes around. Up on the brake. Oh, man. He couldn't stop it. The car came back up on the racing surface, and that brought out the caution flag. Could not stop that 19. Too much momentum, and the grass didn't have enough grip to slow him down.
The person that didn't really want to see that caution was Blake Decker in that 92 machine, Chris. He was actually coming down pit road. I'm guessing maybe a little bit of pit strategy as we have 20 laps to go as that flag came out. So it looks like he just kind of did a drive-through.
Yeah, Wachaleski went through the infield grass, could not get around. He came back out onto the track. That brought out the caution flag on lap 80 of 100. I'm thinking this is going to be the last pit stop, barring any caution flags. Back up front with your leaders, Cozy and Gilbert. These guys have been battling all night long, it seems. And there they come down pit road. Oh, Gilbert with a shot on the 78 coming down pit road. obvious from the last time that they came down pit road that that was just a repeat performance. And the 78 with some heavy damage on the back deck lid of that 78 machine. Who is going to come off from pit road first? Chesney, Gilbert, then the 68 Ashton Schließ, in that order, come out of pit road. Up front, the Blake Decker in the 92 didn't come down pit road. He came down, looks like 3 laps ago, so he's got fresh tires and fuel, and now he's got the lead.
Looks like the 78 did get to repair some of that damage, Chris, so he's not too bad off now. As he's just waiting for the field to go by as he gets back on the racing surface. And the pace car just had a little bit of net code on mine. He just went into the wall on my screen. I don't know what's going on with him.
The net code is real here tonight at Kansas. Kyle Gilbert right now being scored your race leader. We've had 6 cautions, 21 laps. We've got 19 laps to go. We've had 5 different lead changes between 3 drivers, Cozy, Gilbert, and Wasilewski in the 19.
I'm not sure what happened to Cozy, Chris. He was there, and then now he's sitting in 16th position. I saw him come out of pit road there, and he slowed way down and let the field go by him. Looking at race control, I don't see any flags or anything.
All right. Well, nonetheless, that puts Gilbert up to the lead. The 68 Ashton Schließ on the outside of the front row. The 68 machine actually has had a very nice race today. Kind of fell back earlier, but has worked his way steadily back to the front. Travis Brown in the 01 running in 3rd. Ian Heibuck in the 16 running in 4th place. Mark Arthur has worked his way up to 5th. Travis McChesney running in 6th. Terry Foster, Noah Van Hout, Bryce Lewis, and Kevin Foster round out your top 10. The pace car lights are off. We're back 2 by 2. We're going to go back green flag racing here again. When they cross the start finish line to start this one, there's going to be 17 laps to go, Rick.
And it's going to be a good 17 laps, Chris. I have a feeling we're going to finish under green here. Cal Gilbert's just getting ready for that pace car to take that hard left turn, which it's doing now.
Gilbert doesn't waste much time as he gets on the pedal, and the 58 machine launches forward. Ashton Schließ on the outside, Travis Brown on the inside, the battle for second. Mark Arthur takes position. He is up to 4th position in 12 car. That 12 car is brand new. He used his fast repair on that car, so that car looks shiny and new, and it's moving towards the front. And speaking of towards the front, Travis Brown in the 01 dives down deep into the turn 1. Travis Brown trying to take position, not able to do it. Kyle Gilbert gets away. Sorry, that was turn 3 and 4. Kyle Gilbert able to stretch the lead a little bit. Ashton Schließ retakes 2nd place. Travis Brown falls in position in third. Mark Arthur fourth right now.
We definitely got some big movers up here towards the front, Chris. Kyle Gilbert qualified 11th. Ashton Slice 8th. Travis Brown qualified 22nd. Mark Arthur 21st. Ian Habiuk 21st. So it's good to see that these guys are 19th. I'm sorry, Mark Arthur 21st. So it's good to see these guys up towards the front now.
On board with your race leader, Kyle Gilbert. The 58 has a mirrorful of Ashton Schleiss in the 68. Then we go to Travis Brown in the 01 car, followed by Mark Arthur. Mark running second in points to Kyle Gilbert. 3 positions separate them on track. Then you go to 85 machine. That's Travis McChesney. Started 4th, currently running in 5th position. Good night for him. Bryce Lewis in the 97. We've seen that Wonderbread car making some moves, but the 26 right now is the one on the move. That's Tyler Gary as he bombs down and takes over 7th place, now trying for 6th. The 16 car, no place to go, boxed in. The 95, Brandon Dennis boxed in the middle, trying to make something happen. These guys are 3 wide in the corner.
They're all looking for that one piece of real estate on the track, Chris.
The 16 car on the outside. We go 3 wide again as the 26, the 92, and the 16. Now the 4, the 19, and the 16 get it on. Tyler Gary in the 26 making some fantastic moves, getting away with a couple too, but falls back 1 position. Ryan Wesleski on the outside regathers that position. On board now the 4 machine, Noah Van Hu on the inside. The 78 machine, Michael Akazi Jr., leader of 51 laps of this race, right now back in 12th place, marching forward.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, Chris, but he's wasting no time trying to put some of these cars behind him as he tries to move back up towards the front.
Terry Foster in the 86 machine, running in 14th right now. Kevin Foster in the 83, running in 15th. Hunter King in the 31, 16th. Ty Morosco running 17th. Aaron Backover is running 18th. Currently being scored the first car a lap down in the Budweiser Chevrolet. Corey Sherman in the 66, down 2 laps. We're under caution, Rick.
And I'm trying to find it here, Chris. I'm not sure. I was on board with Kyle Gilbert, the race leader, who was getting really tight. He got close to that wall there, but...
Yeah, look at the 95 car. Brandon Dennis, as we saw him facing towards the wall, stopped. We're going to go back and take a look, see what happened. Brandon Dennis in the 95 Caterpillar machine. He had the 92 coming up behind him. The 92 drops down low. Oh, it looks like they made a little bit of contact. The 92 actually went upside down and backwards. The 95 spins, gets into the 44, gets into him, and the 1 car, Ty Morosco, gets into him. So multiple cars piling up on each other. Again, this track not self-cleaning, and you get 1 accident, it usually involves some more, and that's exactly what just happened there. Kyle Gilbert, your race leader in the 58.
And he's the one that did not want to see this caution come out, Chris. He was actually getting a little bit of a gap between him and the 68 machine. Travis Brown there in the 01, you know. Mark Arthur, those guys, the top 5 cars. Travis McChesney, they were almost under a blanket. And like I said, Gilbert really just opened up a little bit of...
Oh, no! The race leader tried to fake him out, tried to come down pit road, and oh my goodness. The 68, Ashton Schlisse. Oh my goodness. That is not how you want to try and fake out the competition. Kyle Gilbert obviously very upset about that as he starts moving towards the front of the field. We're going to take a peek at that again, see who else was involved. I know Gilbert, I think Ashton Schlisse was involved. I think there may have been one other car under caution. So Schlisse comes down. He decides to come back out. That's what it was right there. Oh my lord. That's going to change everything. Here with 7 laps to go. Travis Brown up front in the 01. Mark Arthur right behind them in the 12 car. He's going to be starting in 2nd position. The 85 of Travis McChesney in 3rd. And Bryce Lewis 4th. Ryan Weshalewski in 5th. That's a big miscue on pit road.
That's one of the chances that you take, though, Chris, when you try to fake out the field, especially on the entrance to a track like here at Kansas. It's wide, it's big, and unfortunately, you know, just kind of thought, hey, if he's going in, I'm going in. It's unfortunate, though.
It looks like the field is correcting itself. Ashton Schlisse. Boy, getting too excited here. Ashton Schlisse is up front. So Travis Brown, Mark Arthur finish out your top 3. And looking for Kyle Gilbert right now being scored 17th position. Kyle Gilbert on pit road.
Ashton has a lot of rear damage there on that 68 machine, Chris. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for him here on a restart.
Yeah, he was trying to fake out the field. Kyle Gilbert was going to stay out. He saw that Schlisse was coming down almost to the commitment line. Kyle Gilbert decides he's going to try and come down pit road, maybe bring everybody down with him. Schlisse takes a hard right into the quarter panel of Gilbert. Holy cow. You know what, NASCAR fan? I was just thinking about that. You're absolutely right. These things happen in real life as well as here on the sim. 5 laps to go. Cars going 2 by 2. We're going to have a 4-lap shootout for the win on this one. And right now, Ashton Schlisse, Travis Brown make up your front row. Mark Arthur in 3rd. Travis McChesney in 4th. Bryce Lewis in that 97 Wonder Bread machine. Man, he's had a day. He's in 5th place right now. Ryan Weshalewski in the 19. Speaking of having a day, he's worked his way back up to 6th position. So your top 3 rows looking to really battle it out here. And we've got Cozy in 8th. Gilbert, as I said, 17th. Those two have led the most laps here. The pace car goes down the backstretch, getting ready to come down pit road. Rick, this one's going to be interesting. Who do you think?
It is, Chris.
Who do you think might take this one, man? It's been tight.
Well, we have some really, really strong drivers up there. I mean, Mark Arthur, he's up there in 3rd, like you said. Travis Brown, he worked his way up. He's sitting in 2nd. You got Bryce Lewis in 97. Ryan in the 19.
We're going to figure it out right now. Nice and slow pace. Schlisse holds everybody off and then gets on the go pedal. Travis Brown on the outside did a pretty good job of matching him. And I think Mark Arthur right on the back bumper of the 68 machine trying to push him. You see the damage on the back of the 68 machine as Travis Brown on the outside. Strong momentum on the outside row. Travis Brown to the front. Ashton Schlisse on the inside. Mark Arthur now battling it out on the outside.
I think if Mark Arthur stays up there, Chris, he's going to make the pass, which he does now. That's going to bring the 97, the 19, and possibly the 26 with him also.
Heavy damage to the 68, and the 68 not able to maintain speed. There's cars going around him every direction. The 78 now goes around him. The 85, the 26. We've got a spinner. This one is going to be done. Ashton Slice gets into it. The 58, Kyle Gilbert, goes around. I'm not sure where that started. We're going to go aboard Ryan Wasilewski's machine, the 19 car, and back this one up.
Looks like the 01 of Travis Brown was involved in that also, Chris.
Travis Brown was your race leader. Oh, he gets into the wall. Mark Arthur gets into him. Arthur was able to save it somehow. And lots of damage. That 01 was on his roof. The 97 on his roof. Engines are blown. Oh, Lord. Mark Arthur was able to save that car. It was sideways. It went through the grass. He came back out on track, able to straighten it out. And Mark Arthur is going to end up your race winner here tonight. It's been an exciting race. There's been 8 cautions. The last one just happened. And Mark Arthur looks like he's going to be the winner of tonight's race in that 12 machine. He and Kyle Gilbert separated by 26 points in the standings. And Kyle Gilbert was also involved in that last one. He's going to end up, looks like, 11th position. This is going to change the point standings around.
Oh, it definitely is, Chris.
3rd place in points, Travis Brown. That's where it started. Travis Brown not even on track right now.
He's being scored in 16th position right now, Chris.
Mark Arthur to cross the start finish line, your race winner tonight in the foul zone, number 12.
And I know it seems a little ways late, Chris, but next week we will be back here with the Blazing Pedals as they tackle Martinsville for 200 laps.
Short, flat track. It's going to be exciting.
We're heading to the paperclip, and I can tell you right now, I'll try to save you some hot dogs, but I don't know if I can save too many for you.
Yeah, I'll just take 3 or 4. Somewhere in there would be good. And that is the end of lap 100. Mark Arthur is your race winner. Seemingly coming out of nowhere, almost got wrecked on that last caution, able to save it. My goodness, what a run.
And the interesting thing is, Chris, right now, he might be out of fuel. He's running at 64 miles per hour, 3,000 RPMs. Oh, he might just be saving some. There we go. Either that or he's worried about the car blowing up.
All right, we're going to get some post-race interviews coming right around the corner. We'll be right back.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing
race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press, sideways, what a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into 2nd place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried, there's contact though.
slide left to the racetrack. Chris Benner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that 2nd spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take attack. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Makashuba, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
And we are back live. We've got the top three drivers. Mark Arthur still burning the house down, but driver of the number 31 car, that is Hunter King, joins us up in the booth. Hunter, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey man, you had a heck of a good run tonight. You started up towards the front, you ended up towards the back, and look at you finish third.
Yeah, in the beginning I felt like, going around the top side I had some speed, but yeah, I got involved in a few wrecks. I had to take my reset, and I hit the wall a few times, so then I got caught a lap down by that caution, so I was just going to kind of ride it out, but that last lap, or a few laps to go, that wreck happened, and I found a hole and I went through it, and I got third.
That's not a bad thing, man. I mean, you qualified 18th, you finished third. Congratulations. It was a heck of a race. It was fun to watch up here. Hopefully you had that much fun out on the track there. Is there anybody out there you want to thank, bud?
I gotta thank everybody at Rebellion Racing. I have to thank Marshall Newton for spotting for me. I gotta thank Mark and everybody for putting this on, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, excellent. Thank you very much, buddy. We'll see you next week at Martinsville. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Also, happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
That's driver of the 31, Hunter King, as he brings that machine home in third place tonight. And we're looking for Tyler Gary in TeamSpeak right now. Tyler Gary, driver of the 26, joins us now. Tyler, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, second place finish, not a bad run. Tell me how the car felt tonight.
Car felt really good, actually, especially on long runs. I felt like I was one of the fastest cars out there, able to keep it, save my tires a little bit, and keep my momentum going for the most part.
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, you qualified kind of midfield there in 10th place. It was a crazy race for sure, but congratulations on a second place finish. Is there anybody out there you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Lucky Dog Pizza, Savage Edge, and all my teammates at We Make Runs and Bad Racing, and to the league owners and you guys for hosting and broadcasting all of our races.
Well, excellent, brother. We look forward to seeing you next week in Martinsville. I hope you have a good turkey day, and we'll catch you then.
Thank you. You too.
And that is the driver of the number 26 car coming home in second place tonight, Tyler Gary. And that leaves us just one. Your race winner tonight is Mark Arthur, driver of the Foul Zone Chevy, number 12. Mark, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Chris.
Hey, man, listen, congratulations on the win. And I'm not sure how you saved it on that last wreck. You want to take me through that?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to see if Travis might, push his car a little much with me behind him. And I felt like I had saved a little bit more on that last run on my tires. I felt like I was pulling them back in right there before the previous caution. And I don't know, he went in, I seen him floating up the track, and I was like, oh gosh, please don't get in the wall, because I was right behind him. And he hit the wall, and I pulled it down, and I was telling him I was trying to stay, as close to him as I could, so I didn't ruin my run off the corner. And then when he pulled it off the wall, it just pulled it off just enough to get into me. And he's my teammate. I'm not mad. I just stood on it at that point. I said, well, I got nothing to lose here, and I'm either spinning out or winning the race. And I just stood on it and somehow saved it, and was able to stay in front of Tyler to get the win.
Well, listen, brother, you had an outstanding race. I mean, you qualified 21st, you finished first. Congratulations. I wasn't personally here for Veterans Day, so I want to say thank you. Semper Fi, appreciate that. Congratulations on first place tonight. Next week, we'll see you in Martinsville, hopefully, and I hope you have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I forgot to take those initials off our names. I'll have them back off there next week. But, yeah, it's pretty fun. I hate to win like that, but, hell, I'll take it.
It is kind of, nobody really wants to win that way, but you did it, man. Is there anybody out there you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Foul Zone first and foremost for being on the car and sponsoring, being a major sponsor in our series this year. My team, Rebellion Racing, and Blazing Pedals, which all the admins, they help me out here at Blazing Pedals. We have 6 or 7 of them, and always Max Speed, man. You guys put on a pretty good show, top notch.
Well, we appreciate it, Mark. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty easy to put on a good show when you got some good racing going on. We certainly had that tonight. So again, thank you and congratulations. Have a great Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll look forward to Martin's video coming up.
Thanks, Chris. You and Rick have a good Thanksgiving too. And Rudy, if he's listening as well.
Rudy's always listening.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, that just about does it here from Kansas. Thank you very much for tuning in to MaxSpeedTV. Tune in every night. We've always got something going on. Thank you all for coming out tonight on a Sunday for Kansas. It was a blast, Rick.
Oh, it definitely was, Chris. I mean, this track is just one of those tracks. These guys did a great job tonight, and it was exciting. We didn't know what, there was nothing that was clear-cut, and we didn't know what was going to happen, so thank you.
And with that, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will see you next time.